Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at CBS Market Watch interview of Bambi Francisco talking to Greg Waldorf of eHarmony. And this interview is interesting really for what Greg doesn't say, which is every time Bambi asks him a question about the business, about the metrics, the drivers, and how that's going, he changes the subject or just flat out refuses to answer. So this kind of caginess really makes me think things maybe not going so well at eHarmony. So check it out.
I'm Bambi Francisco Market Watch. As the stigma of online dating declines, people are signing up to dating sites just to hook up. They've become no less discriminating than the free social networks. But eHarmony tries to differentiate itself by focusing on matching people who want lasting relationships. Well, joining me to talk about eHarmony is Greg Waldorf, a founding investor and CEO of the relationship site. Greg, has the cost to acquire subscribers gone up now that people are more comfortable meeting on these social networking sites?
I don't think that the social networking sites have affected our acquisition costs. I think that the end users are really clear on the difference between social networking sites and specific sites that they actually pay for when they want an exact service like matching. And so I think that if anything, the social networking sites give people a taste of what it's like to be online, and it allows them to clearly differentiate sort of a social service versus a more serious approach to online matching.
Now, Match.com, that is a subscription-based service,
Sure.
and one of your competitors, they grew sales by 22%, still pretty good, to $80 million in the recent quarter. Are you growing faster than Match.com?
We're growing at about the same rate as Match, and I think that it shows that even though we have social networking sites that are growing fairly quickly, that end users are also seeing that online dating and online relationships is something that's very valuable for them. And so, Match has done quite well. We're doing very well right now, and it's a good time to be in the market.
And how are you going to grow your revenues next year? Is it going to be increasing what you charge your subscribers, or do you see faster growth in the people coming onto the site?
I think that probably most likely it will be through more people coming on the site. If you think about how many people visit an online dating site in the course of a year, depending on which research you look at, between 15 and 30 million people will be a unique visitor to one of the major online dating sites. At any given time, only several million people are actually subscribing. And so I think there's a high degree of interest for end users, and now we need to get more of them to convert. So I'm really, convinced that the opportunity for the paid online relationship market is just enormous.
How many subscribers did you sign on this year, and what do you expect for next year?
We don't break out our individual subscriber counts, but it's in the many hundreds of thousands.
And altogether, it's about 14 million have signed up, correct?
Since inception, exactly.
Now, the problem with the dating relationship sites is that if you're successful, you run out of people, right?
Right.
You run out of customers. What is the average lifetime of a subscriber, and how do you value the worth of? How do you value the subscriber?
Well, we value the subscriber based on trying to make them successful. For a business like eHarmony, we have just an incredible interest in the ultimate success that they have through our matching.
Economically, how do you value them?
We value them through the lifetime value, so we look at how much that they spend with us over whatever period of time. We don't break out what the average subscription length is, but I can tell you that our lifetime values, is well over $100.
And how long are they an average subscriber for?
We don't break it out.
Okay. Any new type of services that you're going to layer on top of what you offer right now? Are there any in the works?
We have, a serious R&D effort around all different types of new services. Early this year, we actually rolled out our second major effort, which is a service for married couples, which is in the wellness space, for married couples to kind of end up with a better marriage. And we'll have new services coming out. I think you'll see in '07 as well.
Okay, and last question. Spark Networks, another competitor,
Sure.
has 26 niche sites. And they cater to ethnicity or faith or ailments. It's a very interesting model. Do you have any plans of drilling down into verticals?
We think the best way for people to be matched is through our underlying matching algorithm. So you can self-select by going to a very narrow site like the types that you're describing, Or you can come to a site like eHarmony, which has an incredibly large network of users, let us do the work and find the most compatible match for you. We think that's an approach that most end users are pretty happy with.
And average subscription that your members pay? You don't break that
I
out?
can tell you that on an average day in America, 90 people get married who have met through eHarmony. And so we know that the longer people are on the site, the more effective that it is.
That's a good statistic. Okay. Thanks, Greg.
Sure.
I've been speaking with Greg Waldorf, who's the CEO of eHarmony. I'm Bambi Francisco, MarketWatch.